He was very interested in a lot of the business aspects of it, which I thought was very cool. He asked questions like, are there any unions? Do you get residuals? How are the people paid? Do you get health insurance? What about testing? Are you worried about STDs? Do they have a doctor on staff? You know, most of the time I am trying to be very careful and not say bad words. Most of the people who want to talk to me about work, they want to know the sexy stuff or the dirty stuff. What's your favorite position? They want to know the salacious things. These were more very thought-out business questions. I can't tell you if I ever remember someone asking, do we have a union and how we get paid and how the testing works in the industry? Are we worried about getting pregnant or catching something? So it was a lot of that conversation. Question. Did he ask about whether you had ever been tested? Answer. Yes, of course, I volunteered it as well. At the time, you will to be tested every 30 days. Today, it's every 14 days. You cannot work unless you have a test. And yes, you know, have you ever had a bad test? A bad test is something positive for something. I said, nope, I can show you my entire record. Anybody in the industry can see anybody's testing. You sort of waive that privilege. But yes, I have every test that I have ever done for the last X amount of years. At the time it was a month, now it's twice a month. I never had a bad test. I never tested positive for anything. Question. Did you talk to him at all about protection, safety? Answer. Yes, a little bit. And I think that's kind of how we segued into the safety conversation. He said, aren't you worried about safety? And I was quick to point out that my time in the industry, I chose to work for Wicked Pictures because they are the only condom mandatory company. Question. What does that mean? Answer. Which means that even when I was working, even if a married couple was working together, even if you were going to work with your spouse for a husband and wife, you live together. When you perform on camera for Wicked Pictures, you have to use a condom. They are the only condom mandatory company in the adult business. Question. Is that one of the reasons that you work there? Answer. Yes. Even when I worked with my husband, I had to use a condom. Even though I am allergic to latex, that type of thing. So we were talking about that and stuff like that. So I was like, you know, adult performers are kind of like, I said like WWE, like wrestling, because I really wanted to ask him about him making. Question. What did he tell you about that? Answer. He said that he was friends with the owner of the company. I don't know if it was Vince McMahon, and I had seen the thing on there about he does stunts, like a guest spot, not really wrestling on WWE. The court. Miss Daniels, if you can just slow down a little bit so that the court reporter can get what you are saying. By Miss Hoffinger. Question. Did he tell you anything about the scripts with respect to his being in the wrestling with Vince McMahon? Answer. Oh yeah, I made him. The little scenario or plot that he was a part of at the time was some sort of, I don't remember if it was a bet or whatever, but the point was that if he lost that, he had to shave his head, or Vince McMahon got to shave his head, and Donald Trump has always been famous for his do.